Com happy hour podcast here on Tuesday the 13th. Going to have a brief one today. Going to go over the NFL opening lines and maybe touch on a few different things as well. So you guys be sure and do your comments off to the side, and we'll go from there. Oh, boy, coming off a Monday Night Football game, didn't have any action on it other than the free play in the first half line for you, which was a little disconcerting. You know, watching New York win that game, San Francisco is just a mess. You know, new quarterback, this, that, and the other. So, nonetheless, we're going to continue to talk about, and I'm pulling up the podcast live here now. Let me be sure and turn this down. We couldn't start out the podcast without telling you that Alan Harris is not going to be with us here anytime soon. He's got some family stuff going on. Cheers, by the way, Nectar of the God. This broadcast brought to you by, how about Jim Beam? Let's just set that in the middle. Why not? It's the happy hour. And he's looking for a house out here, and he's going back to the East Coast in November, or in the entire month of November as well. So, nonetheless, Alan is gone for the time being, so I'm soloing this next week. Steve Rich, the Buffalo wingman from Independence, Missouri / Kansas City, Missouri, my sidekick on the radio for the last about 6-7 years. Either on Yahoo Sports Radio, Sirius Channel 93, which carried it 5 years, and or SB Nation Radio, is going to come in. We're probably going to go to Magoo's and do it live from the bar. And so Steve will sit in and give us his wisdom. He does a lot of his shows online and stuff and kind of does his own thing nowadays back there. But he's come out to visit. My NFL Game of the Year is this weekend. And Steve's going to come out and lay down some cash on that along with me. We'll have more updates as the week goes along. The only 8-unit play in the NFL I'm going to have all year, 7-2 in the NFL this year with top plays. So coming off a decent weekend. Sorry about that Indiana game, guys. Now we had them as a 7-unit play. We put them out at 2 on Thursday. They dropped overnight to -1 and sat there. About 90% of you guys got the win. Landed on 2 or you got the push. But we've been hitting those college top plays like crazy. Had an undefeated day. We're excited about that. Another great weekend in college football coming up. College basketball, 1-1 split last night. It's still low volume in college basketball. I'm checking out my stats here. Okay. But nonetheless, it's still low volume in college basketball. You really need to pick and choose your spots wisely. I've been watching some of the totals. So we made our first totals play tonight. Jeff Schmidt, who do I like on Western Michigan tonight? Go over and watch the free play video. I have a free play video up on my daily free play videos. I have an opinion in that game. And you can get it for free right there. And it's a totals play. Well, I'll say to I like the over. What's Western Michigan allowed? 55 points per game their last 2, and Ball State's allowed 46 points per game their last 3. Take the over. There you go. But nonetheless, cheers. 11:30 in the morning, too early to have a cocktail in Vegas? I don't know. I'm going to go to another screen here. We're going to go ahead and pull up this weekend's NFL, because we're going to talk about the NFL today. I got my game of the year this weekend. I'm going to talk about all the games, but you guys obviously are not going to be told what I'm doing exactly. But nonetheless, I'm not going to give that one away. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the opening line report, so to speak, online here, and I'll go share it with you, my thoughts. First of all, let's just skip ahead to Monday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs, my team, 63.5. Come on. Field conditions a little rough down there. Rams opened up at 1, now laying 2.5. Total opened up at 64 to Westgate, fell slightly, 63.5. That's where all their shops opened it up. Rams opened up at 1, up to 2.5. Their wide receiver's out for the season. They lost him. Cup. That's a big hit, man. That's a big hit. Both of them looked a little lethargic this weekend, looking ahead to that game, especially Kansas City. It's kind of hard to get up for Arizona, with them on deck. But Kansas City be ready. This very well could be your Super Bowl preview. I just think we just found out New England sucks on the road. Lost at Detroit, lost at Jacksonville. Both those teams suck. Tennessee kind of sucks. They struggled on Monday Night Football at the Bills. It took them 4 quarters to win that game, even though they were in control. This is not a good road team. Kansas City, are they going to get through the season with only 1 loss? Probably not. And if they're tied and they got to play New England's going to hold the tiebreaker because they beat them on Sunday Night Football. But you get New England on the road in the playoffs, it could be problems. Kansas City very well could win the AFC. The Rams, probably going to win the NFC. Unless they start losing more players. You lose Gurley, you're done. You lose Goff, you're done. Their front line, Sue, Donald, come on. Their defense is better than Kansas City's. But can they stop them? Good defenses have not stopped Kansas City all year long. So, that being said, that's that preview for that game there. Boom, boom, boom. Golden State's going to do fine without Curry, Joshua. They didn't last night. I faded them. I did not fade them. I wanted to fade them. Tough to take them. Tough to go against Golden State. They're so deep. I don't like that game tonight. Let me look at that. Let me get another. I got to get some windows open here. I'm a little behind, guys. But at the end of the day, they're playing Atlanta. They're laying 12. They're off a loss. They're at home. What do you think's going to happen? Yeah. Up to 13 at Westgate, 12 at William Hill. Yeah, I could only lay it. I couldn't take it if you're asking me about Golden State. Now, I've got to play in the NBA tonight. Go get it. That's where the winner's at. Got to go over in the game. I think it's a shootout. Could be, but once again, might want to Google Mexico City and field conditions. It's going to be bad. Marcus Peters will be targeted early and often. Ex-Chief, they'd sure like to stick it in his rear end, wouldn't they? Check status of Sammy Watkins first. He didn't play this weekend. He should play this weekend, but check that for Kansas City. Wide receiver. It's only Thursday here. We're just formulating opinions right now, not selections. But anyway, let me run down a few of these. Your Thursday night game, good one. Packers and Seahawks. Seahawks, 6-unit underdog of the week. Come out. Nailed them. Very little movement on this game. Opened up at 2.5 across the board. Hasn't moved. 49.5 at most shops. Over. Panthers at Lions. Panthers looked bad last week, man. I took them against Pittsburgh. I'm done with Thursday and Friday football games. They've been kicking my ass all year. I'm done with them. I'm winning on the weekends now. That's where I'm staying. You guys can F around with those games if you want to. The lines are tricked out. Crazy things happen on Thursday and Friday nights. Lions at home. They beat New England, and the Lions looked like crap last week. My partner, Matt Holt, talked me into taking them in the Super Contest. He also talked me into taking the Giants, which we won. So what I'm saying is, I can't complain too much. But I didn't like the Lions in that game. The Bears are for real. Everybody better get that written down and tattooed to your girlfriend's ass. The Bears are for real. And they're getting better. And their defense with Mack in there is a world beater. Panthers had some extra time for this game. Lions stink. The Lions can't protect quarterback. And they were running the ball, now they're not even doing that. The Panthers are nothing for me. 51 seems a little high. Cowboys, let's go to the Cowboys at the Dirty Birds. Sarkisian's got to go. He's got to go. Falcons laying 3 to the Cowboys, who won 1 for the Gipper. Fred Flintstone. Do I know about the NHL? I don't do the NHL, but there's some great cappers over there. Vernon Croy, Indian Cowboy, Scott Spreitzer, Alan Harris. A bunch of guys over there do NHL. And Vernon's a Canuck, so he knows it as well as anybody. But there's some good guys over there in the NHL. I think Spreitzer does the NHL as well. So if you want to figure out NHL, there's free plays over there as well. DocSports.com, go over and check it out. 10-point teaser, Golden State and Charlotte, and both overs. Worth a flyer. Love the Saints on Sunday. Think it will be a blowout. My game of the year, going big. Eric Dorchuis? Okay. I'm a Dolphins fan. We will make the playoffs. I know we suck. Okay, that's an oxymoron. What do you tell me there, Joshua? Yeah, A-Rod, I'm hanging out with Jim. Jim Beam, baby. That's my only partner today. Well, Mrs. George behind the camera, still with the one arm. Hope she'll be off the IR next week. Cass coming off next Monday. Back to folding clothes and making sandwiches. Sorry, honey. Fred, again, if you want NHL advice, I'm the wrong guy. I'm just telling you. There's certain sports I don't do. I hired a guy to do my NHL last year, and he dumped 70-some units. No, thank you. I got 2 guys sending me plays. I'm tracking plays this year that want to come on board. So I'm going to bring somebody on next year for the NHL. I very rarely outsource any sports, if at all. But I did last year, and it jumped up and bit me in the ass. And this guy had sent me plays the year before, and he did 60%. So just had a bad year. Hey, everybody has a bad year. But I'm down that many units, I wasn't going to take a second chance. What we're looking, we'll get you some NHL. Temple, Illinois, and the Hornets, I'd probably stay away from Temple. Hornets, not a bad play. Illinois, maybe. There you go. Brian Watson said take the Maple Leafs tonight. I think I know Brian from back in the pregame days. I'm not for sure. It sounds familiar, but nonetheless. How about that halftime play last night on the Niners and the Giants, huh? We did a first line play on that. Kicked a field goal with seconds left. Oh my God. We get lucky on that, and I bet that one personally. I got, I want to tell everybody while you're watching here, Wade Mosman, who owns Docs, sent me this note. I'll do it mid-thing. Any package I have, any package that any handicapper has at DocSports.com, weekly or monthly or even yearly, when you click on a handicapper in the right-hand side of their page, there's like the menu of their daily picks, weekly picks, or monthly pick packages. When you click on there, it takes you to a page to buy those. If you type in the promo code HOT15, H-O-T 15, HOT15, you get 15% off any package. This is a week you take 15% off my college and pro football package. Get it. NFL Game of the Year and another 7-unit massive blowout winner on Saturday. That's the hype. Well, we 4-0-1 or 5-0. Yeah, I'll officially say 4-0-1. With top plays in college the last 5 weeks. Hello, NFL 7 out of 9. Come on. This week, take 50. And college basketball is heating up. Got a doubleheader tonight. My first total, and I got a side play. NBA four-unit play. Any package. Type in promo code HOT15 right there. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. We're sticking with LSU and Memphis tonight in college basketball. Any thoughts? Would I have any idea where Harper goes? No. It's wide open, Brian. Wide open. No idea where he's going to go. They want a lot of money. What'd they offer him? 10 years, $300 million. He turned it down? Come on. Who's worth $30 million? You know he's not going to stay healthy all those 10 years. You have a couple years in there, you're getting a half a season out of him. No, thank you. Garcia, my NFL top play picks were all 6 units and 1 7-unit in there so far for 7-2 record. Nice hit, Fred. Toledo halftime +5 seems like a lock with Western Michigan horrible defense. Well, I got the over. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the fact Ball State's playing at home, guys. That's not a huge home field advantage. You know, bear in mind, you got a 6-14 playing in there. It's pretty damn good, even with Elby at quarterback. You know, even though their starter's out. Well, Florida International college basketball, yeah, they're worth a stretch. There you go. You got a lot of guys jumping in on the NHL there. I'm gonna continue to go through this line report, and we're gonna get out of here early today. Dallas, Atlanta. I can't trust Atlanta to lay 3, and I think Dallas has maybe got some renewed vigor. Okay, they beat a good Philadelphia team this weekend. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens -4. There's a ball game for you. The Bungles. Everybody liked Cincinnati last week against the New Orleans Saints. If you don't think the New Orleans Saints right now are the best team in football, including the Chargers, or the Rams, you're out of your mind. So I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the fact they absolutely walloped Cincinnati. I had the over in that game. Over every week with the Saints. There you go. There's your free pick. Bengals at Ravens. Bengals, I tell you, they always play the Ravens good. They're like 7-3. Don't quote me, but I think they were 7-3 against the spread the last 10 in that series. So, I'm not sold on the Ravens yet. They're going to be up to 4.5. They went all the way up to 4.5 at Sportsbook AG, and then dropped back down to 4. They got some money coming in on the Bengals there. The availability of Flacco's up in the air. That's why the total's off the board. I could, if Flacco's out and you got Lamar Jackson in there, you got to take the Ravens because he's a wild card and he can break runs. And you saw how well Cincinnati could contain the run or anybody running around the corner last week. So, if matter of fact, Ravens are more attractive to me with Jackson in there than they are Flacco. Eagles at New Orleans. New Orleans -9, 54.5 over in the Eagles. Titans at the Colts. Colts -2. Titans off a big win against New England last week. A couple weeks ago, I wouldn't even looked at this game. 2 impressive wins in a row by Tennessee. They're coming around. Colts really struggled with the Jags last week. I took the Jags in the contest to push on a +3. Inside the division, right now, Tennessee plays well. They're 6-0 their last 6 division games against the spread. Inside the division, the Colts, their last 10, 2-7-1 against the spread. And they're laying less. I'd like to be getting 3 there, but I could only lead Tennessee. And remember, these are just early opinions, just sitting around taking a piss over a fence post, having a Jim Beam. I can only look at Tennessee there. By the way, teaser alert, Tennessee +8. Boom! That's the first half of a winning teaser. Washington Redskins at home as an underdog off an ugly win. Ugly win against Tampa Bay. Houston sitting at 3, going to stay at 3. Treasure Island had them up at 2.5 late Monday, and then it went back up. It opened up at 43.5 down to 42.5. Don't know if there's going to be a lot of scoring in that game, but hard to take unders in the NFL right now. That game there, Houston off a bye week. I don't know, man. That division's up for grabs. Washington needs a win since Dallas won. I want to say Washington would be great half of that 2-team 6-point teaser with Tennessee, but I'm going to stay away from that game. I'm not sold on Houston yet. And Washington is, an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Tampa Bay at New York Giants. Giants off a big win last night. Total 51. Tampa can't stop anybody. Take the over. Denver Broncos at the Chargers. Chargers. Division game. San Diego's just picking up double-digit wins all over the place. I think Chargers are probably the most underappreciated team in the NFL right now, and I think they got a damn good football team, and I think they're going to give, obviously, Denver a lot of problems. Denver, here's the stat for you. 1-6 their last 7 in division games against the spread, and against teams with a winning record, 2-6 against the spread. Chargers are nothing for me. There's one. Boom! Chargers down to -1 with Tennessee +8. There's your video podcast free play. Steelers laying 5.5 at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, yeah. Let me check back into my comments here. Chime in on that one. Okay, James Dresch says Jags, Tampa, and Philly should cover this week. 3-team parlay. I don't do parlays. Going to do a 3-teamer. Take it up to 13-10 odds and do a 10-team, 3-team teaser. Make yourself some frickin' money. I'm not a proponent of parlays. Never have been, never will be. I hit a 5-teamer in March Madness last year, first round. Put $100 down, won a shitload of money, but I'm telling you what, it's just luck. I'm just pissing away $50. 9 times out of 10. I do. And if you're doing parlays, 3-team parlays, and you love all 3 teams, then back them up. If you're doing a $50 parlay, back them up $50 each per play. That way you can win some money if you lose your teaser and go 2-1. Eagles are done. I agree. Chargers, easy. San Diego, okay. The Los Angeles Chargers. I'm old school. See this gray hair? Hard to teach an old dog new tricks, boys. Sharks every game. Steelers all day. No, I don't do round robins. I've done them in the past. Learn my frickin' lesson. So, nonetheless, let's continue down the list here. Hello. Interesting game tonight in college basketball I passed on. Wisconsin taking on Xavier. Wisconsin returning 3 good players, including Hap. What do you guys think? I couldn't make up my mind. Xavier lost everybody, didn't they? Including their coach. I'd be taking the points in that one, wouldn't you? I don't know. Vikings against the Chicago Bears. We're gonna find out who's the pretender and who's the contender in this game. Vikings would be another attractive teaser play, +9. I think my official teaser is going to be, as I mentioned, Los Angeles Chargers teased down to 1 with Tennessee. Early teaser. I'm going to take advantage of that early. Vikings and Bears. I think that's Sunday night game too. That ought to be a good one, boys. That a few beaming 7s over at the Red Rock Sportsbook. Close out the weekend. Buffalo Wingman in town. Steve Rich going to come stay with me Monday, Tuesday. The old team back together. The team is back together. Give me a bottle of your best whiskey and fresh horses for the men. The Wingman's coming to town. We'll have some fun with the podcast next week. Be sure and tune in next week. We'll be live from Magoo's on Cheyenne. Any of you guys local want to come out next week? Come out. And finally, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles. I'm waiting on this one. Total 63.5, highest total ever. I see Mrs. George sneaking by. Did you sneak by? Were you on camera?
No, I hope not.
How's the, you want to stick your arm in front of the lens, show them your cast? Just walk over there and stick it. There you go. There we go, boys. Next week it's coming off. Back to making sandwiches. Anything. Trust me. So anyway, everybody in the world is going to want to bet that 63.5 on the over. Everybody. Remember that. Everybody. Vegas is making you pay for that. Can you read between the lines? Check the weather, check the field, check the injury reports. Some key players out. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, boys. Okay. Going to switch over here real quick. College basketball. Let's talk about it. Doing well. A little over, right around 60%. Had a 1-1 split last night. Missed a couple over the weekend. It's early. It's early. So, you got to take it easy. Start looking at those totals and the trends that are coming in on them. Curious to know again, in that game tonight, I'd like to bet this when I wanted to. 68% of the money's on Xavier against Wisconsin. They're 2-0. Wisconsin's 1-0. 14-2 against the spread. Their last 16 against the Big Ten. Xavier is. Okay? Beat Evansville. Evansville gave them a ball game 91-85. They scored 82 in their first game. Wisconsin's never going to score a lot of points. They scored 85 against Coppin State to open things up. But Ethan Happ, Khalil Iverson, Trice, they're back. They play some defense in this game. They're catching too. What do you guys think? I don't know. Over on the total on Wisconsin. Eagles money line. Eagles money line? Come on. UMass -3 tonight. Eagles. Take out the Saints. Really? Well, guess what? If you think they're going to take out the Saints on the money line, then bet your frickin' ass off on the +9. Goy, Game of the Year. There you go. From Hoop by Night. That's his Game of the Year. Gotta be. Come on, brother. You want them on the money line? You think they're going to beat? You think the Eagles are going to beat the Saints? Drew Brees could have his head 2 feet up his ass. They're not going to beat him. Maybe they'll cover. It's a big number. The gauntlet that the Saints have been through, as far as the schedule, I agree. This is a letdown spot for them. Great place to take the number. There's another teaser. Get them up to +15. Through 3, through 6, through 7, through 10, through 14. 5 key numbers. There's a teaser for you. Xavier's a tough place to play away for away teams, but Wisconsin's used to this. Wisconsin rolls tonight. I agree. Wisconsin, your free college basketball play, I needed one person, and that was Kyle Schaefer. I needed one person to back me up. How are we running on the clock there, honey? Over here on the...
Sorry. 30 minutes.
Okay. Eagles aren't the same people. Bye-bye, Philly. Yeah. Hoot by night. Bottle of Jim Beam on it on the money line. Bottle of Jim Beam on the money line. One bottle, everybody knows the rules. Forget one bite, everybody knows the rules, Barstool Sports. One bottle, everybody knows the frickin' rules. You want to bet me Eagles money line bottle of Beam? You got it. I'll take that all day long. Drew Brees versus Carson Wentz. They can't run the ball. Carson Wentz is going to throw the ball 50 times because the Eagles can't run it. And I'll tell you something, the Saints got one of the best run-stuffing defenses in the freaking NFL. Come on. There you go. You got it on Hoot by Night. You got it. So anyway, that's my line report. College football, real quick here. I'm going to run just down a couple of games here. Interesting game in Lincoln, Nebraska. Michigan State's laying 2 Nebraska, and Lincoln. Nebraska would be the best 3-win team in college football. Yeah, right there. Interesting game. That's going to be an interesting game. That could be Scott Frost's inaugural year signature win. That offense in Nebraska's is no freaking joke. I think Nebraska will make a bowl next year, 2019. I think in 2020, Nebraska's going to be in the narrative of the top 10 teams in college football. Mark my words. And that's an unbiased opinion. Best quarterback in the Big Ten in Martinez right now. And he's a true freshman. FYI. I'm going to go college basketball here real quick. Come on, brother. Anything interesting tonight, guys? Ask me. Under, by the way, 20-8, the last 28 games Xavier played. Hello. But nonetheless, don't forget, going to be an interesting week in the NFL. Underdogs went 8-4-1 last week in the NFL after the books lost their ass the week before. Figure that out. 6 of them won outright. Think they tricked out their lines to make a little money? Goddamn right they did. Get on the right side this weekend with my NFL Game of the Year. Don't forget, any package, football, basketball, from any handicapper, hockey, any handicapper on the website, including moi. 7-unit play on Saturday, 8-unit play on Sunday. We are destroying the books with these top plays, and that's documented, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm more transparent than any handicapper on the internet. Daily. You got a free play tonight. Get over and check out the free play. Hot15, your promo code. When you go over to Doc Sports, click on any handicapper's page. It'll have their packages on the right-hand side. Daily, weekly. I think these are weekly, monthly, or yearly. Weekly, monthly, or yearly. 15% off. This is a weekend you get my football package for 15% off. College basketball is going to stay hot, and NBA's rolling. Hot15. That's only good. That's the promo code. A window will pop up. It'll say purchase. Enter promo code. Get 15% off. That's only through midnight tomorrow, the 14th. Hot15, DocSports.com. Myself or any other handicapper. Come on. Let's do it. That's my quick review, my NFL line report today. Let me check one more time. Comment on some of your things here real quick. Eagles are done. Okay, yeah. Oakland can keep the Raiders. Vegas doesn't want a losing team. Gruden is stripping them down, right down to the bones. My question is, if you're going to get rid of Khalil Mack and you're going to get rid of Armani Cooper, how many draft picks, John Gruden, do you need to make up for that? Those are 2 frickin' studs. Should have kept Mack. He's building that from the ground up. It's going to be a dumpster fire for 2 years. When he gets to Vegas, he'll start winning. Because, first of all, Denver's going to be better. Kansas City's going to be worse. They're not going to be able to keep all those players. Chargers are going to lose Phillip Rivers here anytime. So just saying. Mike Davis, Free Sport. Mike Davis, by the way. Hey, Mike. I'm mixing. What am I mixing that? Let me see. What's Mike saying? Buddy, you drank with me in Philadelphia. You know what I'm mixing this up with, brother? Little 7-Up, little water. Mwah. Check out Mike Davis's YouTube page. Great daily podcast over there, or daily free picks. I think he does a podcast somewhere as well. Mike Davis, one of the guys. Go over HOT15, your promo code. Check out Mike's action. Great handicapper over there at DocSports.com. Are you usually betting? Am I usually betting up until kickoff on Sunday? I will bet last minute based on line swings. If I can get a hook on something that wasn't available, we have to put our plays out on Thursday. All plays through Monday at Docs. Next year, we're going to be able to do late steam plays. We're going to give you a text alert, and you can buy into it or not, on plays we release on Saturday and Sunday. That technology is currently in development. We'll have that for you next year. And then you can get some of those steam plays that I do use. Oh, and yes, Karen C. Yes, I forgot to mention. Sometimes I say boys, gentlemen, boys and girls. Karen's one of our. I believe I met Karen at the Westgate, didn't I? Who was the gal we met at Westgate, honey? We signed up for the super contest. Was that Karen?
I don't know.
Where's Karen at? Speak up, Karen. I can't remember. Cowboys versus the Falcons. We already talked about that, but that's a throwaway game for me. Yes, Mike Davis is a good man, Brian. Big fan of yours, won me a lot of money. Cool. Okay, JRB, under 57's the play tonight. I disagree with you 100%. And we agree to disagree. Both teams playing the second, they're giving up. Look at the points they're giving up. I think they'll have 40 by halftime. Just say it. But I do think Karen was the gal. The the Raiders are a dumpster fire. Guys, listen, and gals, Karen, I appreciate you tuning in. It's going to be a big weekend of football. Game of the year, NFL. Going to have another top play in college football. We're kicking ass and taking frickin' names. I'm staying away from the Thursday, Friday games for the most part. I may take a look at that NFL game on Thursday to redeem myself for how bad I got my ass kicked last week taking Carolina. I tell it like it is, okay? At the end of the day, it's going to be a great weekend in football. Be sure and jump on board. Daily free play updates, regular free play, subscribe, thumbs up. Appreciate you following me. My super contest is not going that well. We're about 60%. Had a couple of weeks there, 2 and 3, 1 and 4. Effed myself. But, hey, there's still the mini contest in a contest. Mrs. George is a proxy. Be sure and use Mrs. George next year. If you're doing the super contest, she has a discounted rate. I think it's $250. Is it $250, honey? Is it $250?
I think $240.
$240. Okay, $240. Well, but you got to figure but I'll recruit people so I get a cut. But nonetheless, not any of the guys that she's got going on. She's got a bunch of them aren't doing that good. I saw first place was over 70%. So, nonetheless, who sets the best lines? Westgate. Okay, never bet with Jack Daniels. It's not good odds. I don't do Jack Daniels. I only do Jim Beam. I don't like charcoal filtered. And Jack Daniels isn't bourbon because it's not brewed in Tennessee. It's got to be Tennessee windage. to be considered a bourbon. Jack Daniels is just a whiskey. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Ball State and Western Michigan basically had the same score against the same two teams last 2 weeks. Western Michigan owns Ball State. I would only lay it. I wouldn't take it in that game. Karen C's from Los Angeles, busy working with the fires. Hey, Karen. God bless you and everybody out there in Los Angeles. That's a real shitstorm out there. It's a bad deal. People have lost their lives, and they're losing their homes, and losing their life, their memories, all those things. Tip of the hat to everybody out there in Los Angeles and the metro area, fighting those fires, surviving those fires, and living through them. That is just an absolute freaking cluster screw. Feel bad for everybody involved. Hoot by night, see me at Red Rock to pick up my Jim Beam. Go Eagles. Whatever. I'll be there to pick it up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Tony George, Doc Sports. Come over and see me. Don't forget about the Hot 15 promo code discount. Any package from any handicapper, including Mike Davis, who jumped on board. Any handicapper over there. Hot 15 is your promo code. 15% off any package. Come get my football package this weekend. Join me. Kick ass. Take names. Get paid. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay.
Done?
Do I put complete event?
Yes.
Or, oh.
Complete event.